Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Better with more today. Well, I just got in my car, get ready to drive to work. For those that don't know me, my name is Maureen. I'm actually a nurse, a licensed practical nurse, and I'm going to my numerous jobs. I have numerous jobs, and I'm going to my job with agency. I live in Morrisville, North Carolina, and yes, I have a regular job. I work all shifts. I have a regular job, which I do 12 hours at night, 7P, 7A. And then I pick up with the agency, and I work all shifts. And I work all over, I would say all over North Carolina. The farthest I drive is an hour away. So once again, welcome. My name is Maureen. I am originally from Africa, and I came here about 23 years ago. And I love what I do, and I enjoy taking care of patients. I first started out as a certified nursing assistant about 23 years ago, and I did that for about 10-15 years. Became a med tech. I did that for a little bit, and then I became a nurse. And I've been doing that since 2016. I graduated 2016. I would call myself a late bloomer. So right now I am driving. I just, took a shower. I worked last night 3 to 11 with agency in a place called Graham, North Carolina. I love it, and yep, that is what I do. So I got home yesterday at about give or take after midnight. I got home just after midnight. I had quite a long shift. I work on the rehab floor. So I had quite a few admissions, and it was pretty busy. And so I didn't get home the time that I wanted to get home, but I got home safely, So I have no complaints about that. No complaints. I got home pretty safely. And yep. So here I am, back on the road. Give me a second while I straighten that camera. Sorry about that. Yep, so I'm back on the road again, this 3 to 11. I did 3 to 11 yesterday, and worked Christmas Day, worked Christmas Eve. It's not what wasn't my original plan, but they really called me in to work, and I decided to go ahead and do it. So, yep, this is what I do for a living. I'm a licensed practical nurse. Like I said, I enjoy what I do, but at my age, I'm over, 50 now, and at my age, I'm honestly thinking about retirement, and I'm not so sure if I want to keep doing this. As much as I love what I do, I love my coworkers, I love my patients, and my bosses are good and everything. I know I can't keep doing this, but it is what it is. This has been a tough year, but I'm glad, I've stayed on top of stuff. I have 4 kids. 2 are actually working, 2 are still in school. So they're the main reasons why I still work as much as I do. And I thank God for my children, because they pushed me to want to do more in life. I'm a single mom. I probably wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't single. I probably would not, to be honest with you. I would probably be doing just one job. So that's what it's about. So anyway, I'm currently on the highway. I'm on 55 right now, heading towards, like I said, Graham, North Carolina. It takes me about an hour to get there. So the max I drive for my agency job is 1 hour. That's not my limit. So that's the travel nursing that I do. My limit is an hour. I try not to go more than an hour because I have kids. Just in case something happens, I know an hour away is not too bad. I can maybe turn back or go back home. So I try to spend the night at home. I don't be there overnight. Some travel jobs are 20 minutes away, but it's still considered travel. So, and the reason why I do travel nursing, as some of you may know, who are CNAs who do travel nursing or medtech, anybody can be a travel, can work with the agency and travel in any industry. Actually, it's not just in the nursing field. It's because they pay well. To be honest with you, they pay well. It's a good extra job to have. Takes pressure off your regular job. You know, your regular job is where you get your regular income. If you have health insurance and all that, that's your bread and butter. But the agency work, that's like a side gig. So the pros and cons of working with agency, I say the pros is that of course it pays well. You know, it's a little more flexible because you can pick and choose your hours. When you get there, you don't know which floor you're going to be, so that can be good or bad. They put you typically on the floor that needs the most people. For me, I don't mind working rehab. I don't mind working anywhere. I'm very flexible. So that can be a pro and con at the same time. And you get to travel, get to see places, get to meet different people, different patients from different walks of life. Like I said, I'm an immigrant. I go to Graham, North Carolina, which is considered country. Yeah, it's considered country. So that's the benefit. It pays well. I get to travel, get to meet new people. I get a lot of experience. Like I work on the rehab floor, so I'm able to take care of patients who have all kinds of, acute illnesses going on. Some have chronic illnesses, some have acute illnesses. So I get a lot of experience. I'm able to run IVs or stuff like that. And give out medications, take care of my patients, Alzheimer's, all types of stuff. So I get a lot of experience that I may not necessarily get from my regular job. So that's the good side. The cons to travel nursing, the cons to my job is that most of the time they'll put you on the floor where they have great needs and nobody wants to work those floors, so you can get a heavy patient load. But I try to stick to a job that I can manage, that is within my scope, that I don't put myself in too much danger. So like today, I'm probably going to have maybe about 15 to 16 patients. If I'm in the long-term unit, I'll probably have a little bit more. But I've been going to this particular job for 2 years now. So I feel like it's something I can handle. I know the patients well. They pretty much know me. The co-workers know me. So not too many surprises. So that's a good thing about it. So the cons is, like I said, you're going to end up being, on the heavy flow, the heavy load of patients. And the current environment that we are in nursing, to be honest with you, we really didn't recover too well from COVID. There's still a lot of shortage. Still a lot of shortage of nurses, a lot of shortage of CNAs. Sometimes we even have shortages of supplies. So you're going to a brand new, say for example, if I go to a brand new building, because sometimes I will pick up a place, a building that I've never been to before. You're going in kind of blind. You don't know where anything is. You don't know where the bathroom is. And sometimes, people might be hostile towards you because they think, oh, you're getting paid well. So, you might get some hostility. But for the most part, most people are happy to be there, that you are there to help. So that's the good thing to it. So let me repeat again. Sorry, I'm all over the place. But the pros, the pay is great. You get to travel, get to meet new people, get to experience a lot of acute illnesses. Learn to deal with chronic issues. Learn to deal with patients. You know, your customer service has to be good because you do want to return. Because as an agency nurse, you're really working for yourself. So it teaches you, it's almost like running your own business. It teaches you about customer service skills, how to juggle the job because there's nobody else to rely on except yourself. You get there and you map out how your day is going to be. You map out, you know, who you're going to start with and how you're going to get through your 8 hours. I usually just do 8 hours. I don't do 12. So that's the pros. The cons is you might be going to a new building, so leave on time. You might get late, and that just might tag you. You'll be put on the floor with a lot of patients, so it might be a lot of heavy workload. You don't know where anything is. You don't know where supplies is. You might not be used to their system, their computer system. You know, you might prefer PCC. Maybe they're using Matrix Care or, you know, whatever it is. I'm an LPN, so I don't usually go to the hospital. But so you might not be aware of their software. But if you give yourself time, you'll get there. So those are the cons of agency, working as an agency nurse. Going to a brand new place, you might get lost. You're not familiar with the area. You're not familiar with the patients. You're not familiar with the co-workers. You're not familiar with policies, you know. So usually what I do is I try to familiarize myself with the policies before I get there. If I have a friend that has been there before, a nurse that has been there before, I try to call her before I pick up that shift. She will give me an idea of how the place is, what I'm going to deal with, which kind of patients are there, you know, how to get there, what kind of places are there for me to go eat food and stuff like that. You know, you're not going to know the area. You're not going to know where your closest fast food restaurant is if you have fast food. Make sure you pack food if you prefer to pack food. I prefer to pack food, or sometimes I'll get something from the vending machine. I don't really like to buy food around because I don't want to go on my break, go somewhere that I don't know, and then come back late. You know, my 30-minute break might end up being more than 30 minutes and come back late, and I will tag you as somebody who is, you know, not serious or whatever, and you could easily be DNR by your agency, or you know, or the building might DNR you, which means they might tell you do not return. I had an incident where that happened to me because I didn't understand the clock-in system for some reason, and I thought I had clocked in and didn't clock in, or stuff like that. I had it clocked out. I don't remember quite what happened, and I got DNR for a simple reason like that. So just be ready, be flexible, don't be upset with anybody. Those are their policies. So just be very careful, be familiar with the building, be familiar with what is their process, what is their policy. As an agency nurse, do they want you to clock in on their time clock? Do they want you to fill out a timesheet? What are your agency policies? Do you take a screenshot of your timesheet? So those are the cons of being an agency nurse, is that there's a lot of things you have to know ahead of time, especially when you're new. But once you've been doing this for a while, and I haven't, 2 years, I meet people that have been doing this way longer. Some people have been doing this, working with agency over 10 years. I'm a novice. I consider myself a novice. Those people have survived. They've been there for a long time. They're survivors. They've been doing it for a while. And then sometimes they even end up working there eventually. So, yep, that's my pros and cons for being an agency nurse. So currently I'm on my way. I'm about to hit 40. Like I said, Graham is about an hour away. And what do I usually do while I'm in the car for that hour? Probably listening to worship music. I listen to a lot of worship music, or I'll be praying. You know, I'll put YouTube and listen to a video that's an hour long, or listen to scriptures that's an hour long. Sometimes I'll be talking to a friend for an hour. I don't normally do that, but that hour goes quickly. When I first started doing this, that hour seemed like eternity. It seemed like it was just taking forever. But now I've gotten used to it. An hour is nothing. I feel like I don't even have enough time. And before you know it, the hour is gone. So I always always know what I'll be doing that day, what I'll be listening to. So I have a playlist of videos that I listen to. So so that's what I do. So I just hit 40 and I'm headed to Graham, North Carolina. The traffic isn't so bad today. That's another thing, another issue with travel nursing. The road that I use, they've been repairing this road for 2 years. So I do hit traffic quite a few times. So you've got to leave ahead of time because there's a tendency for there to be traffic. And sometimes I'm late. But I have become a little bit better with time. I could do better on the time, but I have become a little bit better with time. So traffic isn't bad today. The weather is great. And so I'm looking forward to getting there. I usually hit the ground running and start working right away. So I probably will get home today at midnight, around midnight thereafter, unless something goes on. When I first started doing this, I was very slow. I would still consider myself slow because I don't like to rush. As you may know, those of us who are nurses, or you work in any field where you have to be very careful because you're taking care of human beings. You have to take your time. So I don't typically rush. I try to take my time. So I don't leave as early as I used to in the past. I try to finish everything. So I usually leave on time. And if I have somebody that is able to take my keys, because I have to hand over a set of keys where all the medications are for me to be able to leave the building and then clock out and then go home. Sometimes I leave early, but lately that hasn't been happening because right now this is Christmas time, New Year's time. Today is the 28th of December, so some people are on vacation, so the workload is a little heavy at this time. So my shift starts at 3 and I usually finish at right 11. Yesterday I finished right at 11, and so I wasn't able to leave early, but it was a great shift. So I'm hoping for a great shift today. The traffic isn't bad, like I said. I was a little busy this morning. I woke up at 5. I usually wake up at 5 o'clock. That's my routine. Whether I go home at midnight or not, I will wake up at 5 every day. That's just my habit. But that's how I get ready. I'll pray, read my Bible, make my cup of coffee, and then I got other stuff I'm doing on the computer, projects that I'm doing on the computer. I get those done. I map out my day. If I need to make lunch, I'll make lunch. If I need to do my laundry, I'll do laundry. And I already have my clothes set out the night before. I have my bag ready. Everything is ready the night before. So I'm not doing any last minute things. So that when I wake up, I know exactly what I'll be doing. And when it's time to leave, it's time to leave. So I have this app that reminds me, you know, like 2 o'clock, I get a reminder, a notification on my phone that it's time to get ready, to hit the road and go to my travel nurse assignment. So, you know, I usually do make it on time. So like I said, this is a great weekend. December 28th, the traffic isn't too bad. We just got through Christmas. Hopefully we can get through this weekend. I do look forward to a great shift. You have to pay attention on the road, you know, because like I said, the traffic can be a little bit heavy. You want to be on time for your shift. You don't want any incidents. But like I said, travel nursing, really pretty much you're working for yourself. The pay is great, but the pressure can also be great. But once you get used to it, you have a good rapport with your agency, you have a good rapport with the people you work with, you have a good rapport with the assignment that you have, things go pretty smoothly. So that's how my typical day is. I usually get one day off, which is Sunday, or one day during the week. It depends. My schedule is pretty flexible. On my day off, what do? I'll clean, I'll cook, or I'll go shopping. I'm not a fan of shopping, but I will go shopping. The thing with the type of schedule I have, every little time I have, I really try to make sure that everything is done. I consider myself to be pretty organized. So, because I really do want things to run as smooth as possible. There are days, of course, you know, things don't work out. Maybe you'll run into traffic and you'll be late. always call ahead of time and let them know that I'm running late. Let the agency know that I'm running late, but I do get there. So like I said, my name is Maureen. I'm a travel nurse. I've been doing this now for 2.5 years. Currently, I'm in North Carolina. I haven't ventured out of North Carolina. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to keep doing this. I enjoy the travel nursing. I enjoy my regular job. I enjoy mixing it up. I feel like it supplements and takes the pressure off my bread and butter, which is my regular job. And because I'm able to do this, it brings in an extra income, and I don't do doubles. So there's some people who do double shifts, 7 to 3, 3 to 11. I used to do that back in the day, but I realized with those doubles, I was getting really exhausted, and that wasn't good for me and not good for my patients, and it got me really exhausted. I was dozing in my car while driving. I stopped doing that, and I stopped driving more than an hour away. You've got to find your sweet spot. Got to find your sweet spot. For those of you who are interested in becoming a travel nurse, find a good agency that pays well. If you know people that are already working with travel agencies, get in touch with them. Let them know where they go. How is that building? How is the workload? Do your research before you jump in. And find out the policies in that building. Find out what they expect of you. And find out what your experience is. What do you like? I like the rehab floor. Rehab floor, you have a lot of admissions. You have a lot of acute illnesses. You have people that have come from the hospital. Or you like long term. That's more steady. Those are people who've been in the nursing home. Patients that have been there for a while. Do you prefer long term? If you're a CNA, the workload, the type of work you're going to do is going to be different. So talk to your other CNAs and figure out how that place is, how that particular assignment or facility that you're going to work at. Do they do 12 hours? Do they do 8 hours? What is the workload? Figure out if you're going to be able to do it. And before you get there, what are their policies? What are their cloaking policies? What is their dress code? Some people have really strict dress codes. Figure out what they expect you to wear. Name badge. Some facilities don't need you to have a name badge. Some places want you to have a name badge. Follow their policies strictly, be on time, and most likely you'll be able to keep that assignment for a while. I've been going to this particular building for 2 years now, so I thank God for that. Just to give you another, for me, I have about 3-4 different agencies I work with, and that's because agency cancels a lot. That's another con that I forgot to mention. This is more like a temporary assignment. They can cancel you the day before. Sometimes it's even 2 hours before. You've got to be ready, because that is money you planned for. So be ready. If you have a cancellation, just be ready to replace that income with something else. I usually have 3 or 4 agencies. I pick my schedule week to week. Week to week works for me. There's some people who prefer to have a full schedule for a whole month. I'm not like that. I noticed when it's like that, it doesn't work for me. I like to go week by week, and I'm not the kind of person that can pick up at the drop of a hat. If a shift is posted tomorrow, I most likely will not pick up that shift. That is not my nature. Know what is your sweet spot. Know what you prefer. Know what you like. And be prepared. Be flexible. But I think it's good to have your bread and butter, your regular job, whether you're doing part-time, PRN, or full-time, depending on what works for you. Because as an agency nurse, you're going to have to find your own health insurance, or as a CNA, you're going to have to find your own health insurance. So be ready for that. If you don't have your bread and butter regular job, you're going to have to find your own health insurance and all that stuff. As you know, with agency, you don't pay taxes. So January will be here very soon. You've got to be able to pay your own taxes. When you file taxes, I'll be transparent. Last year I owed about $1,000, so you can either pay slowly or pay that right away. Have money set aside to pay your taxes. So I paid off my taxes, so I don't owe anything. Following Pennsylvania, make sure you don't owe anything. And you know, you gotta file your taxes, because with agency you don't pay taxes like you do in a regular job, and that's why they're able to pay you as much as they do. So thank you so much for being with me today. I'm about to get to my assignment. Well, not really. I got about 30 more minutes left. I'm looking forward to getting there, getting the work done. And welcome to Better Today with Mo. It's been wonderful spending the time with you. And look out for more videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, make comments if you're a travel nurse, or you know you have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and you travel to your jobs. What is your day like? You know, what is your routine like? What is your routine like? What is it when you get there? What type of work do you do? Do you enjoy what you do? Do you think you're going to be doing this for a while? Especially if you're at my age and you're thinking of slowing down. What are your plans? So thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Welcome to Better Today with Mo. And it's been wonderful talking to you.